Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrutyam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudhiraye Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Naistiki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 11 and Text 23. Nisha Avasane Arabdaha Nishavasana Arabdho Lokakalpaha Anuvartate Lokakalponuvartate Yavat Dinam Bhagavataha Yavat Dinam Bhagavato Manun Bunjam Chaturdisha Manun Bunjam Chaturdasha Nishavasana Arabdho Lokakalpo Nuvartate Yavaddinam Bhagavato Manun Bunjam Chaturdasha. Nisha, night, Avasane, termination, Arabdaha, beginning from, Lokakalpaha, further creation of the three worlds, Anuvartate, follows, Yavan, until, Dinam, the daytime, Bhagavataha, of the Lord Brahma, Manun, the Manus, Bunjan, existing through, Chaturdasha, 14. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swamy Srila Prabhupada. Translation. After the end of Brahma's night, the creation of the three worlds begins again in the daytime of Brahma, and they continue to exist through the life durations of 14 consecutive Manus, or fathers of mankind. Please repeat. After the end of Brahma's night, the creation of the three worlds begins again in the daytime of Brahma, and they continue to exist through the life durations of 14 consecutive Manus, are fathers of mankind. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. At the end of the life of each Manu, there are shorter dissolutions also. This is the Bhaktivedanta purport. I will read few more verses by myself. Swam swam kalam manur bhungte sadikam hi eka saptatim. Translation. Each and every Manu enjoys a life of a little more than 71 sets of 4 millenniums. Purport: the duration of life of a Manu comprises 71 sets of 4 millenniums as described in the Vishnu Puran. The duration of life of one Manu is about 8,52,000 years in the calculation of the demigods, or in the calculation of human beings 306, then 720,000 years. Text 25. Manvantareshu manavas tad vamshya rushaya sura bhavanti chaiva yugapat sureshaschanuye chatan. Translation: after the dissolution of each and every Manu, the next Manu comes in order along with his descendants who rule over the different planets. But the 7 famous sages and demigods like Indra and their followers, such as the Gandharvas, all appear simultaneously with Manu. Purport: there are 14 Manus in one day of Brahma, and each of them has different descendants. Next. Esha dainandina sargo brahmastrailokya vartanaha tiriyan no pitrudevanam sambhavo yatra karmabhihi. Translation: in the creation during the Brahma's day, the 3 planetary systems Swarga, Martya, Patal revolve, and the inhabitants, including the lower animals, human beings, demigods and pitas, appear and disappear in terms of their fruitive activities. Next. Manvantareshu Bhagavan Bibrasatvam Swamutibhihi Manvadibhi idam Vishwam Avati Adita Paurushaha. In each and every change of Manu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead appears by manifesting his internal potency in different incarnations as Manu and others. Thus he maintains the universe by discovered power. Next. Tamo matram upadhaya prati samruddha vikramaha kalenanu gatasesha aste tushnim dhinatyaye. Translation: at the end of the day, under the insignificant portion of the mode of darkness, the powerful manifestation of the universe merges in the darkness of night. By the influence of eternal time, the innumerable living entities remain merged in that dissolution, and everything is silent. Purport: this verse is an explanation of the night of Brahma, which is the effect of the influence of time in touch with an insignificant portion of the modes of material nature in darkness. The dissolution of the 3 worlds is affected by the incarnation of the darkness, Rudra, represented by the fire of eternal time, which blazes over the 3 worlds. These 3 worlds are known as Bhu, Bhuva, Swa, Patal, Martya and Swarga. The innumerable living entities merge into the dissolution, which appears to be the dropping of the curtain of the scene of the Supreme Lord's energy, and so everything becomes silent. Rasanstha Bhaktivedanta Purport: Om Ajnanatimidandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Ena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Pashyat Deshatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. So Lord Brahma's one day and then night is explained in these verses. What happens during the day, that is explained here. Chatudasha Manu Bunjams, the great personalities by name Manus, they appear in one day of Brahma, and how many? 14 of them will appear. One day of Brahma has 1000 cycles of Chatur Yuga. It's also called Mahayuga, Satya, Treta, Dwapara and Kali Yuga. So each Manu, there are 14 Manus in this one day. Then in the next slokas it is explained, then each Manu will enjoy Swamsam Kalam Manur Bhunkte. How much time they get? Bhunkte means enjoys. They enjoy a very great span of life. Sadhikam hi eka saptatim. That means 71. 71 cycles of this Mahayuga, Chatur Yuga. That is the time period of each and every Manu. So here it is mentioned, Manu's time is 8,52,000 years according to demigods calculation, 8,52,000. And human being, it is much bigger, 306,720,000 years. That is the lifespan of one Manu. So they are very exalted personalities, great devotees of the Lord. Jai Radha Govinda. Sometimes the Supreme Lord himself expands himself as Manvantara avatars, and then he occupies the post of Manu. And Manu is considered the father of the human beings, the mankind. The word man comes from Manu, and he is the father of the mankind, and he lives for one Manvantara, that is 71 this Yuga cycles. And as soon as the Manu, although his time is very big, lifespan is very big, since his lifespan is bigger than the demigod's lifespan, that means he must be living in the higher planets, beyond the demigod's planets. And obviously his lifespan is much bigger than the human habitated planets. So here we can see in all the planets there are living entities already. Manu is existing in higher planets, and then his descendants are spread in the planets where we are inhabiting. So as soon as a Manu passes away after 71 cycles, there is a death for Manu. So this is the biggest problem within the universe. What is that? There is something called death, either for Manu, who may be living for some millions of years, or Lord Brahma, who has 14 times the span of Manu. Everybody, and then much beyond, that is only one day for Brahma, and into so many days and then years, but finally Brahma also has to die. Along with Brahma, the Saptarshis and demigods, they also change. Manus are Kshatriyas, they are administrators. So as soon as one king goes, automatically the 7 sages, Saptarshis, like Vasishtha, Vishwamitra, like that, and then the demigods, headed by Indra, they all change. The set of Saptarshis and demigods, they change. Like here, every 5 years, the CM, if our PM changes, then automatically all the other ministers and many other things change. So there is a universal management, there is a universal governance, and Lord Brahma is the original entity created by Vishnu, He comes from Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, and then Vishnu manages this entire universal affairs through his representatives like Lord Brahma, and Lord Brahma in turn manages through these Manus and various other demigods. So this administration is not permanent. They are once appointed because there is a death. Some point of time they have to die. So obviously, they will be replaced by somebody else. So when we hear about these positions, like Indra is actually a position. In the universal government, there are many positions like Indra, and then Brahma, Ganesha. There are various positions are there. They are occupied by powerful representatives of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Shri Krishna or Vishnu. So here we can see this verse explains that the famous sages and the demigods like Indra, they also simultaneously appear with new Manu. So this is the system. And then during Brahma's day, of course, the other living entities like animals and human beings and pitas, they appear and disappear so many times because Brahma's span is very high. And then it is mentioned that at the end of the Brahma's night, that means at the end of the day, Brahma also gets a night. So this day and night is existing even on Brahma's planet. And then what happens? Tamo matram upadaya pratisamruddha vikramaha. So once the day is set, then it is mentioned that all the manifestations of the universe, they get destroyed. They merge into the darkness of night. And then all the living entities below Brahma and some higher planets, they also get destroyed. And all the living entities, they get merged into this darkness. And it is said that everything is silent. Aste tushnim dinatyaye kalena anugata ashesha. So this is the working of the time. Everybody has a fixed time. Every entity has a fixed time. The universe, the living entities, everybody has fixed times. And as soon as the time is up, then the whole universe will be destroyed. Here it is mentioned the night of Brahma. So the dissolution is done by an incarnation of Tamoguna known as Rudra. He is responsible for any dissolution within the universe. And here it is mentioned interestingly, Tamo matram upadaya, a very insignificant portion. At the night of Brahma, the darkness that is kept, kept in motion is very small, insignificant. Whereas at the end of Brahma's time, then the dissolution is of a greater magnitude. But whereas now, only night of Brahma, the dissolution is of not that of a big magnitude. That's what is said, under the insignificant portion of the mode of darkness. Each and every word has a great meaning. So we are seeing in these verses that how Manus, they control, they appear in the day of Brahma, and because they are administrators, they prepare laws for the mankind. how they can live peacefully, how they can execute their lives. Such laws encoded by Manus are called Manu Samhita. There are 20 Dharma Shastras in the Sanatana Dharma, and Manu Samhita is one of the Dharma Shastra. And Manu Samhita has given many codes about the social life and what kind of things to eat, what should not be taken. So many things the Manu Samhita prescribes. How the king should rule and what kind of actions he should take. All these things are described. For example, in a family life, or about women, Manu Samhita has given a lot of instruction. For example, it says that the women should be protected always. They should be given all protection. So in the younger days, before marriage, she should be protected by the father, and then once she is of a certain age, marriageable age, then he should be handed over to a suitable boy, and then the husband should protect the woman. And then once the children grow up, then they should protect the mother. So at any point of time, women should be given protection. Not only women, there are 4 more categories. They should be given protection. The total 5 categories. Like it is said that women, then children also should be protected, old men, and then Brahmanas or Vaishnavas, and then I think I told old men or elderly people, they all should be given protection. Even if they commit small offenses, that they should be overseen, overlooked, and they should be protected. So all these injunctions are given keeping a certain culture in mind. What is the culture? The culture is everybody should be given an opportunity to progress in spiritual life, to progress in a Krishna conscious life. Varnashrama, one of the core principles is to keep the life simple and then give a lot of time and energy so that people can develop their Krishna consciousness or spiritual life. This is the whole crux. So in such a simple life, the duties are prescribed for each and every varna and ashrama. And life was so simple, everybody is happy to follow such rules and regulations and then spend most of their time in developing Krishna consciousness. For example, Prabhupada used to say, a farmer can work hard for 3 to 4 months and produce so many grains that the rest of the year he can simply sit and he can just enjoy the crop that has come. So, but nowadays we don't see all this. People are busy. The civilization has become so complex. Unfortunately, everybody is very busy just to earn money for their maintenance. Otherwise, those days, the very simple life focused more on Krishna conscious thinking or higher life. Manu Samhita also prescribed that there should be a sthri dhana. At the time of marriage, the woman should be given a sthri dhana, that is called dowry. There is a prescription. In the Dharmic Shastras, Vedic system, dowry system is there. But the concept is this. It is called sthri dhana. The father, out of affection, he gives some money. Brothers also give some money. And the father-in-law also gives money. Sometimes husband also gives money. Money means, those days, it is about gold, saris, some costly utensils made up of some good metal, So this sthri dhana gives some kind of a personal liberty to the woman, and financial liberty is there, and then also protection is there. This is the understanding. Because as the life is simple those days, the prescribed duties for women and men are very clear, and husband and wife are also very clear. Husband used to take care of all the outside activities. He used to go earn money and then bring it to the family, protect the family. Mother takes care of the children, teach them culture, tell them stories of Krishna, and then night time, before the children sleep, she used to narrate some pastimes of the Lord. So she takes care of all these activities. And so there used to be a lot of time, so that the family has time to be together, develop culture, develop Krishna consciousness, and then bondings were very strong. In fact, the family bonding was so strong that when the husband passes away, the wife cannot stay. She becomes so pained. In fact, she don't want to live. And that's why voluntarily they used to jump into the husband pyre and then die. They used to die along with the husband. So that kind of attachment used to get developed in these families. And according to Manu Samhita, there is nothing called divorce. Family means is a lifetime responsibility. Marriage means lifetime responsibility. And so, whenever the husband or the family is in trouble financially, and the woman uses her sthri dhana, whatever she got from dowry, and then used to rescue the family. Any time you can go and keep your gold or sell your gold, or these vessels, utensils, big utensils made up of copper or some silver, all those things. Anytime you can exchange and get money. Not plastic. Plastic is not considered any property, and it doesn't have any money also if you want to exchange. It's gold and big utensils and then silk saris. This is the money of the sthri dhana. And Manu Samhita is to prohibit this money to be taken away. Sthri dhana cannot be touched by anybody, including husband. Husband or male children, they cannot touch. And in case the mother passes away, that money used to go to the female children of the family. So those days the property laws, everything is very simple. Life is not complex, and there are no ego issues between man and woman, husband and wife. There is no fighting that this work you have to do, why I have to take care. Children's this thing, why I have to take care, why not you. There is no such ego fighting there. Everybody is working for Krishna, Krishna's pleasure. The Lord is in the center, and the both husband and wife act as his servants, Krishna's servants. They lead a peaceful life and train up the next generation in cultural values, in Krishna conscious values. This is how it is. And all these rules are coming from Manu Samhita. These are the Shastras. Unfortunately, nowadays all this Manu Samhita or various other dharmic literature are interpreted by some unknown people who doesn't even know who is Krishna, who is Rama, and then they give commentaries, And unfortunately, many people are there to read all these unauthorized commentaries. So if you read these scriptures written by unauthorized persons, we will never be able to understand. They interpret in such a way that there will be fights between husband and wife. They interpret in such a way that women are minimized and the caste system is glorified, all these things. But Vedic system never had caste system. Caste system is a modern invention created by Britishers. Previous to that, there was no caste system. It is called Varnashrama. There is a proper division. Every division is respected. Like this, our body has divisions. Social body also must have division. Everybody cannot do everything. In this age, so much work for everybody, because everybody has to do everything. This is a problem. Protection I have to take care, maintenance I have to take care, I have to take care of spiritual life, and bonding between the family member. There is so much of work for an individual. But those days, the kings or the administrators, they used to ensure high level of protection to the citizens, which is not there now. That protection responsibility is falling on the family. Each and every family has to make their own arrangements, many arrangements. If you have an institution, then you have to make even more bigger arrangements to protect the institution. This is the situation today. So there should be division of work. People should do what they are capable of and what they have inclination for, and such duties should be authorized, and then everybody should encourage and respect these divisions. If one particular division is not there, rest of the society cannot work properly. So that's why in Varnashrama there used to be a lot of respect among these divisions of society. But unfortunately, that respect is been destroyed, and quarrels were created among these divisions. Divide and rule, that is the philosophy of modern politicians or modern system. But whereas in the Vedic literature, Vedic scriptures, you will see it is about cooperation, respect and trust among various divisions. Now since these things have deteriorated, when Krishna appeared 5000 years ago, he knows that all these dharmic shastras, like Manu Samhita, these things will be misinterpreted, wrongly understood. So he says, Sarva dharman parityajya. You give up all this dharmic dharma shastra, whatever you are saying, Sarva dharman parityajya. Then what should I do? Mamekam sharanam vraja. You take shelter of me directly. So in this age, we should take direct shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. Then Krishna will take care of me. Yes, aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayikshami ma sucha. Krishna is promising, yes, I will take care of. I'll take care of your sinful reactions. Don't worry. So how do we take direct shelter of Krishna? It is not possible. We have to take shelter of a bona fide spiritual master like Srila Prabhupada, and then surrender to Krishna. That surrenderance is been made easy by this chanting process. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
హరే పుల్వారి మరో అపురూప కానుక హరే కృష్ణవాణి ఆధ్యాత్మిక మాసపత్రిక. ఇప్పుడు మొబైల్ యాప్ ద్వారా కూడా సులభంగా పత్రికలు చదువుకునే సౌకర్యం, వార్షిక సభ్యత్వం, భగవద్గీత, భాగవత ప్రవచనాలు, స్ఫూర్తి సందేశాలు, ఇంకా మరెన్నో సదుపాయాలతో హరే కృష్ణవాణి మొబైల్ యాప్ నేడే డౌన్లోడ్ చేసుకోండి. మరిన్ని వివరాల కోసం కాల్ చేయండి 9133107700. హరే కృష్ణ గోల్డెన్ టెంపుల్ వారి మరో అపురూప కానుక హరే కృష్ణవాణి ఆధ్యాత్మిక మాసపత్రిక. ఇప్పుడు మొబైల్ యాప్ ద్వారా కూడా సులభంగా పత్రికలు చదువుకునే సౌకర్యం, వార్షిక సభ్యత్వం, భగవద్గీత, భాగవత ప్రవచనాలు, స్ఫూర్తి సందేశాలు, ఇంకా మరెన్నో సదుపాయాలతో హరే కృష్ణవాణి మొబైల్ యాప్ నేడే డౌన్లోడ్ చేసుకోండి. మరిన్ని వివరాల కోసం కాల్ చేయండి